guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I am here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Aquarius for March 2021. Keep in mind, my friends, it's a general message. Take what you feel resonates for you. Disregard the rest. Go about your day. And know that no matter what messages do come through today, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make, the steps you take, and how you put your actions forward to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see in this world. And to me, that is personal freedom, that is personal power, and that is your power to do, my friends. So use it wisely. For all my subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you feel like this message resonates and you'd like to see more of it, please hit subscribe, join the journey with me. Let me encounter your energy more often. It'd be wonderful to have you along this ride. And guys, if it does resonate and you like the video, please help me. Give it a thumbs up. Help me circulate it. The support is appreciated. So I'm actually going to call in spirit. Before we get into the reading, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and my team of light, as well as any of your spirit guides who would be here for the highest good of the entire collective watching, to join us. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you guys who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages for the most far-reaching of audiences. However, only top-notch messages, so only messages that are coming through for the highest good of this collective are welcome today. No second-rate messages. Also know that time is fluid. So even though this message is coming through to you in March 2021, if you encounter it in a different year, a different month, it still may resonate. This is more what Spirit wants to come through, what they want to let you know for March. So maybe picking up at a situation from the past, something that you are currently dealing with, or something that hasn't happened yet. So keep an open mind, my friends. We're going to start off the reading today with a message from the Dragon Oracle for some spiritual advice, just to see what Spirit thinks that you should focus on or be aware of this month. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Aquarius? Wow. So some of you may actually have a really strong connection to Atlantis as well as crystals, and if you are just new to getting into crystals, I think this is Spirit going, you know what, now's the time to learn a little bit more. But it says, it helps you remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. I feel like there is a lot of us at this time really carrying Atlantean blueprints within our genetic makeup, within our memory systems, and this is past life, of course. However, I think that our souls, many of us, we're starting to remember, hey, we've had these gifts before. For example, what I'm hearing is like mental telepathy, psychic abilities. Some of you, I heard, may even actually, what's it called, be able to move things with your mind. That's pretty cool. For some of you, you may want to really learn about this. This could be a lot of different things. Your talents as well, though. No, I think that many of the things that we're good at in this life is because we've carried this knowledge down with us through lifetimes. I'm going to read a little bit of the book for that one for you, but we'll get a different message here first. You also have the Green Dragon. Helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. And the secrets in nature holds the key. So I also feel like one of the things that we often overlook is the power of sitting outside in nature and just sitting there and being, and the healing properties that this has for us, as well as it's one of the greatest places to help nurture our gifts. This may even be like a point where get outside and just sit there and meditate. Listen to the sound of the trees. Listen to, any water that's running. Listen to what you can hear, the birds chirping. What do you see? What do you smell? Really get in touch with nature on this earth plane. Because also I'm hearing like Atlantis was on this earth plane at one point, not buried underneath water. So I heard for some of you as well, you may have some sort of past life trauma as well associated with water, only because of the quickness and the fall of Atlantis. But there's a lot of different information that I think is going to come through. So I'm going to ask for one more card, please, Spirit. Well, you got 3, so I'm going to keep them. You have the Royal Blue and Gold Dragon, which you see that sword there. It's really wonderful because it's protecting you. And I said it strengthens to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride, the gifts that you have, the talents that you have in your own personal autonomy and your own personal freedom and your power to do. Hold that with pride. Don't put yourself down. Don't refuse to shine your light because the people around you don't shine as bright. My friends, you're protected to carry that sword, to carry those gifts, and to show the world who you are and what you're made of. And it's encouraged, because at this point, this is what the world needs. They need your light. They need your talents. So keep your vibrations high. You have fire and water dragon, which enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. Whatever these new gifts are, for some of you as well, it may be things that you've never actually encountered before. They could be new gifts or just untapped resources as well. But a lot of stuff could be happening fast for you. And I heard like a downpour. It could be downpour of emotions. This could also be like a fast moving river, that whatever energy is coming in here, whatever energy is bringing movement, it's bringing fast, but it's also emotionally fulfilling. Have fun. Don't look at it like just because we're moving forward and we're getting shit done means we can't smile and laugh in the process. Have fun with this. Have fun with your purpose here. Have fun when you're getting outside as well. And one of the things I'm hearing in terms of that idea of your personal power, stand in your power, stand in your wisdom, it also means that we don't have to do things that feel wrong to our soul. If someone else is saying, hey, come do this, it'll be fun, and you go, that doesn't sound like fun to me, you have power within yourself to say, you know what, thank you for offering, but I don't want to right now. And you could suggest something else to do with them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. You also have here the rose pink dragon, which prepares your heart to connect to higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. I feel like these two cards go hand in hand. That, for some of you, my ears are getting funny too. You may be getting a lot of downloads. You may be getting, pay attention to your ears. You may be actually getting energetic upgrades as well, is what I'm hearing. So pay attention when you feel ringing in your ears too. How long does it last? What is there something that you were guided to think of or go to? What are you doing when this happens? Because you actually could be having ancient codes kind of sent down to you from up above through your crown chakra, and also coming in through your ears, because you're going to be aware of this when it happens. So with this, connecting you to the cosmic heart as well, there's a lot of different stories about Atlantis, right? I like to read Dolores Cannon. She does past life regression and transcribes them into books. She has passed away. However, she has quite the body of work if you're interested in reading stuff like that. And I almost feel like when I read it, it's coded information, because, you know, I read it and then it's almost like it becomes a part of me, right? It's hard to explain, but for some of you, you may want to check her out. She does talk about Atlantis, and one of the things that she says is during the downfall is that one of the reasons why Atlantis had to be removed is because they had abused their power. First off, she talks a lot about toying with genetics, creating like hybrid animals, people, you know, just as servants, but getting to a point of cruelty, and to a point, sorry guys, I have something in my eye, but to a point where the creatures that were becoming part of the normal there for servitude were in pain, and it's an abuse of power. So I feel like as well, this is asking us in ways, we want to accept our power. You want to accept that your gifts and talent do come with a power as well. For example, I want to say, like, if you have, you know, psychic abilities, and when you're walking around and you're empathic and you can read people, it is within your power, yes, to say, hey, this is what I'm picking up on. But it's also within your power to say, I don't think that that's a good idea. Not everybody is going to want to hear what you're picking up on. For some people, they're very fearful of this, right? I know people, very, very close friends, who know that I read tarot, who know that, like, it's a passion of mine, but absolutely want nothing to do with a tarot reading or anything like that, because they're afraid of it. And that's their prerogative, right? It's not up to me to say, hey, why don't you just let your guard down? I've offered and said, you know what, if you ever change your mind, I would love to do this. However, here's where it's not up to me to to push down their walls and their boundaries, much like if you feel something negative or you see something negative for someone, that's not necessarily your place to tell them unsolicitedly. So if that's a word that is there, but this is also asking you to connect to that cosmic heart. I heard seraph and angels. This is angel faith, charity, and hope, which are God's holy angels. And also faith is hope's, not hope, faith is faith's counterpart. So no, bottom is the fire and air dragon. Expand your creative energies, harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm, and communicate your passion. Whatever energy you're flowing into, wherever your power leads you to be, I feel like it's really important to express your gifts, to speak about it. And also remember that your power could be like this volcano. It could be controlled, it could be kind of slowly oozing, or it can be done in eruptive and destructive ways. It's really up to us on how we harness that and what we consider powerful. Because power can be shown in overt force, or it can be shown in a positive and maybe not so overt way of just holding within ourselves that we're strong and we're powerful, and we're not going to allow other people to sway us in our decisions if it doesn't feel right for us. I feel like this is really important to tell you to be a strong, autonomous being. So I'm going to read to you a little bit of that Golden Atlantian dragon. So, it says, 7th dimensional Golden Atlantean dragons hold the keys and codes of the awesome wisdom of Golden Atlantis. The golden era of Atlantis lasted for 1,500 years, and during this time the people lived in harmony and happiness at the upper level of the 5th dimension. Humans, animals, and the land itself radiated a golden aura, and everybody enjoyed soul satisfaction. Source energy powered the great crystal held in the Temple of Poseidon, which was the power source of the civilization. The awesome spiritual technology of Atlantis was activated by crystals and mind control. And that's one of the things, too, that Dolores Cannon talks about in her books, was that some of these creations, some of these animals, they were just thought into being. So we could build something and think it into being. They talk also about pyramids, some of the Egyptian pyramids, some of the major landmarks around the world, even potentially Stonehenge, that we have tried to find out how did this happen, because the mystery is crazy, especially Stonehenge, right? How did they get all of these different stones from a long ways away? How did they get them there? How did they get them erected? How did they put them in this particular place, even though the technology at the time wasn't there? Same with the pyramids. How were they able to make these so perfectly? Oh my gosh, I really apologize for my eye, guys. But that's also where it could have been thought into existence. So don't underestimate the power of your thoughts as well. So it says, when we are ready to bring back our innate Atlantean knowledge and wisdom, Golden Atlantean dragons will come to us and reactivate the gifts and talents and information held within our DNA. This card invites you to activate your own personal 5th dimensional blueprint, for it contains the light and incredible era of Golden Atlantis. The Golden Atlantean dragon who has come to you now worked directly with all the great masters of Atlantis during the Halcyon, if you know that, days, and remembers exactly who you truly are. Prepare to reclaim your mastery. You are ready to dissolve the final veils of amnesia, and your dragon will assist you to do so. Ask it to breathe its golden fire into your third eye, so the final clearance and awakening can take place. Your dragon will then remain with you and shine light onto you, or into you, as you prepare to stand in your power as an Atlantean master. So coming back into your own mastery is really important as well, and knowing that this is all within your mind. Returning to your mastery, returning memory, and definitely could be important to call in your Golden Atlantean dragon to help you wake up your gifts. You may even want to do this outside keeping an open heart, and again with this crystal power, being powered by intention as well. And they're really strongly telling me, get yourself some crystals, guys. So I'm going to ask a little bit of guidance from the the Shamans Oracle here today. And these are done with cave drawings. I just felt like it was really important. So to bring these in, you have the journeyer that came, which is the starter. It's the starting of our journey. And this could be a lot of different things. Where are you going, right? What are you meant to do on this journey? Have you packed your bags? Do you have everything you need in your spiritual backpack? Are you prepared for everything that you're going to see or not, right? A journey is something that we're going to learn, we're going to grow, we're going to expand. And your ascension journey is that. It's a journey. You have the shaman of birth here. For some of you, I heard you maybe have been or are a midwife. You may be thinking about getting into that. You may be also ready for your gifts to help transform the world. For you to birth in this practice, to birth in something new, in a new world again. That Golden Atlantis energy coming in now for you to remember, and for you to accept your gifts. This is going to be maybe even potentially brand new for you. So pay attention to what doors open. And also to me, for some of you, I heard like you're coming through the birth canal. That you may have went through a lot of darkness and pain, and the light is finally there at the end of the tunnel, and it's time for you to take those breaths, those deep breaths as who you truly are. So tell me more about the shaman of birth, please, Spirit. What is being birthed? Got a few. You have the shaman of the stars. Definitely feel like star family is coming to help you. I heard Merkaba as well, but that there's information as well that can travel down through the stars. And these cards also talked about the key codes that are within your DNA being activated right now. A lot of this as well could be coming from different star systems as well. That may be important for you to maybe even study astrology, to be aware of where the stars are aligned and what this means for you at this time. Shaman of foresight. To be able to know as well that you can see in the future a little bit. Use your third eye. Ask that Golden Atlantis dragon to help clear away the blocks. You have the spirit of healing. You have the hunter of dreams. And the dancer of joy. And this card has come out so many times because we are meant to live in joy. We are meant to experience ecstasy in our world's end. This is also our creative process. This could also be, I always see a birthing happening in this one. You literally could be, some of you may be having children and they are crystal children. You are bringing members of, I heard, like the elite into the world. You are bringing very important souls into this world, and it's you and your gifts who are meant to teach these kids so that they can become those people as well that are going to transform the world. I feel like there's a lot of healing that can happen from you accepting what your true gifts are, for you accepting that along this journey you can't predict everything. There's this idea of foresight, yes, where we know that there's a law of cause and effect. So if I'm doing these certain things, eventually this is the outcome I would like to see. But there's also more to that. It's more than just the cause and effect relationship. So I feel like we're going to get a little bit of a reading from that from the book. But this hunter of dreams as well is saying, don't be afraid to pursue your dreams. Actively search, actively go. And if there's new jobs that you want to do, or if there is a project you want to birth into existence, go after them, seek them out, and don't stop until you bring home that kill. You come home with, not legitimately, like if you were aspiring to be some sort of assassin or mercenary, probably not the right term of language there. Maybe think about something a little bit more connected to the cosmic heart. But bringing home the meat, bringing home sustenance, bringing home what you want to do and going with action. And what's important about this hunter as well is, while there is a lot of healing here, this is also your active power to do. So I'm going to read to you a little bit from that shaman of foresight. For some of you, okay, so what I heard for some of you is that this foresight may actually be something that you have possessed. You may actually even get very prophetic dreams of something, things that happen. So write a dream journal. There's more to this, and I heard similar about if you have psychic gifts and we're walking around, we're not always going to tell other people. You may actually see things happening so far in advance as well that when you're talking about things, they may not understand what you're talking about until like years down the line. And I even heard like 10 years. Okay, but the Shaman of Foresight says, I am the Shaman of Foresight. I travel the road before you, bringing back reports of what lies ahead. I can teach you to see beyond the moment, to live in such a way that whatever new task you undertake, you are always ready to adjust accordingly. I prepare the way ahead, ensuring that wherever your journey leads, you will enter into each new moment with clear intent and true perception. So this is about being prepared, being watchful, transcending the moment, looking ahead, interpreting signs, taking advice, acting intentionally, listening to instincts, dreams, and visions. So, for example, if you're one person who gets a lot of prophetic dreams, write them down. This, however, means I think that if you do get a lot of prophetic dreams, you may have a tendency to be fearful, especially if negative or harmful things have happened. I know there are people who have predicted catastrophic events in their lives and other people's lives by having dreams, and I imagine, I've not had those kinds of dreams, but I imagine it would be pretty scary, right? And I feel like this is more, some of it could be dreams, because I thought this was Hunter of the Path, but this is the Hunter of Dreams. This is definitely exploring your dream world. I think some of you may even be having dreams of a past life. If you've dreamt about Atlantis, I think that you're going to already have felt that way with the Atlantis stuff, that there is some important information here for you, as well as pay attention to animals that show up in your dreams. How do those dreams make you feel as well? What's the energy associated and attached to them? But this is about planning ahead. So we know that something's coming. We know that, I heard with the Shaman of Stars, you may even want to get outside, look at the stars, go camping when it's warm enough to do so. And we would plan ahead for these things. Knowing that there's change coming, knowing that you are the bearer of wonderful energy. So tell me more, please, Spirit. And I'm really more about this Golden Atlantian energy. You have the Pig. So this is the Nurturer of Fossils, the Queen of Pentacles. You could, have an Earth sign in your life, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But I think this is also you finally owning your gifts, holding your stance. And I was going to say bring home the bacon with the Hunter. And this is not. This is bacon, right? This is the meat here. But I think that this is really important to remember that within front of you is everything that you need. You have what you need to possess to be successful. You have the Seven of Shells, so the Seven of Cups. It could be a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have the Blue Jay with the Five of Feathers, which is the Five of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Seven of Wands here, which could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sag. And you again have a Two of Shells here, which is water. I'm seeing here that you're coming into who you are, and there may be a little confusion as to a few things. First off, what you want, because you have a lot of options in front of you, and they're really great options, and it doesn't actually mean that you need to turn any of them down, because you can actually follow every single one of these options at different times. It's not one is better than the other. It's just that at this particular point in time, what choice is right for me? And I think that it's important here that it may mean that our minds are going to change. There may be even internal conflict. There may be internal dialogue that needs to change. There may be, as you start to open up your gifts a little bit, people around you who don't understand you, but you hold a lot of resources here. This 5 is also about competition and resources, right? This Blue Jay, often Blue Jays are seen as clarity to me as well. They're truth, but they're squawky. They're squawky, so they're going to be heard. And they're aggressive. So they're going to make sure they get there first. You have the other birds back there not eating anything but paying attention to this guy. There may be people paying attention to you because they feel like you're squawky. There's nothing wrong with being squawky. There's nothing wrong with voicing our beliefs, our opinions, and standing up for ourselves. But I feel like what's important here is share the wealth, right? Because this guy has a whole bunch of stuff around him, and he's got feathers laid out in front of him because it may have been from past quarreling. So I'm also hearing, like, if you get out into nature and you find a blue jay feather, thank the bird and say thank you to the universe, spirit. If you're walking and you find feathers, pay attention to what they are, and you may even want to look up the bird or the book in the book. Oh my gosh, I was thinking Ted Andrews does a book called Animals Speak. So this Seven of Wands here is also about a little bit of competition. Knowing to nurture what we have in front of us, to be picky and choosy on the projects that we pick, much like the Seven of Shells, to know that they're all probably good, but one may be a little bit better than the other ones at this particular time. There may also be some defensiveness as well with this lizard. He's got his fans out going, hey, this is mine, back off. And this guy going, hey, this is mine, back off. You also have the Two of Cups here, which speaks about balance, balancing our emotions with our headspace. And these dolphins remind me a lot about Atlantis. There could be mental telepathy as well. You could have some of the gifts I'm hearing that could be starting to open up right now, especially if you have, I'm hearing the words run into a twin flame or encountered a very strong spiritual relationship. When we meet these people, they set off energetic vibrations that wake us up in many different ways. Some of you may be receiving telepathy, not sure where it's coming from. Some of you may know who it's coming from. There could be a little bit as well, I heard, of quarreling, or you believe this and the other person's like, no. You may be a little bit more awake than the other person as well, just depending. I feel like Spirit's saying, stay grounded. Okay, don't question your worth based on someone else's beliefs. Don't question. See, there's where it's difficult, because when we're having, especially if it's telepathy, if it's this Two of Cups, this Atlantean dolphin energy, you may be feeling it and the other person may not be awoke yet to it. So it doesn't mean that it's not there. I just feel like be discerning, because you're going to know the truth and the way forward. So the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. It's in the reverse. There may be hesitation on ending something. Because potentially with this shell, we may have to let go of one of those other shells to be able to hold on to a different one. And it's going to mean about here picking and choosing where we want to put our energy and where we want to drive our passion. So for some of you, there may be an ending that needs to happen, but we've been kind of stalling or kicking our feet up about it. We're not ready for it. For some of you, I feel like you know what needs to happen next. You know your next step. It's just you need to trust yourself enough to go for it. So I am going to bring one last message here today from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. They're wanting me to show you this before I read those, which is the Eight of Swords here, the Eight of Feathers, and it's your choice. Whether you see yourself as trapped or you see yourself as free. Because this guy, he's got swords all around him, stuck on this small little piece of land, but it's almost like this bird forgot he's a bird. He can fly. Also, I'm hearing with the albatross. The albatross has the infinity up here, much because it's an 8, and this is about cycles, I think, freeing your mind from cycles of thinking, negative belief systems. But this is also, this albatross can fly for an incredibly long amount of time before it has to touch down. So this albatross doesn't even need this tiny ass piece of land, because it can fly for a really long time to find a piece of land. If you guys are interested in that, I can't remember how many hours or days or how long it is that the albatross can stay up in the air, but you may want to look into that, because there may be a really important part of that for you. But the cards that fell out here are health checkup. Some of you may know that. I heard for some of you it could be mental health as well. Mental health and spirituality. Sometimes if you're medium, mystic, clairvoyant, clairaudient, when you have gifts and talents that are outside of a lot of other people, some people might tell you you need help. You may feel like you're going a little crazy. Definitely get a health checkup if this is about your own body as well, listening to the cues and signs, but making sure that if you need help, you're getting the help that you need. And we also have movement here. This could be the albatross as well, going, you know what, you don't need to sit down all the time. You don't need to be stagnant. You can move, you can dance, because when you do this, it's going to increase your vibration. I feel like I'm missing something, and this is where you guys could feel that too. I almost feel like it may be that you're forgetting your own power, and that your mind is capable of so many things. When we put our mind to it, we can really allow transformation. So communicating your passion, communicating to the people around you, your love, and be a loving force in this universe. Enables you to flow with loving force. This fire and water dragon is asking you to pour your emotions into your projects, and I think that you're going to find a lot of emotional healing while you're working on yourself, and just by whatever you're doing, wherever your journey takes you, it's going to help you ascend, and I heard become enlightened. So follow your dreams, go after your dreams, and this could even be what this is. There's a lot of different options ahead of you, especially if you're just either getting out of school or starting a new career, thinking about a new education. There's a lot of different ways that you could go, so be open to them and go after what feels right for you, but know that you're never stuck. If something's wrong, quit. There's no shame in that. You can put in, I heard, a year of something and realize, you know what, that wasn't for me. I'm hearing chef school. Some of you, just whatever it is for you, go after what feels right. Anyway, that's what I have. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.